So I don't have any honorable mentions for the free safety list, so I'm going to be doing part one, and that's essentially 10 through 8, I believe, and then I'll go 7 through 1 for part two, knock it out. So might as well tell you free safeties. I mean, there's some talent out there. There's some guys that have been doing this for a long time, but there's some talent out there at the free safety position. Definitely free safeties. I mean, they're quicker. They're a little smaller. They are the ball hawks. They are the guys that are going to be everywhere around the field. They're going to be the guys that people don't need to know where they're at, and some might not know just because they are so damn good at their job that it is a struggle bus to know what's going on, where they're at, and what they're doing next, and just overall. Free safeties have a unique position. It's definitely one of those free roaming positions that you kind of get to do what you want to do, and you pretty much follow the play as it is, and you're kind of that guy. You're the last line of defense over there, and some of them are fantastic at what they be doing, from the corner job to edge rushing to tackling to everything. So they do a little bit of everything, and there's some guys out here that are excelling at it at an extreme high level in the NFL. So overall, we're gonna look at some of the guys that are should be here. They're relevant. They're still relevant, and maybe they can come back to being a top 10. There's going to be some guys that are right there that made the countdown finally, and some that will definitely climb up even more with their age. So overall, I'm excited to do this top 10 list. We're going to start with the Chicago Bear, Eddie Jackson, a guy that early in his career was top 10 material. I mean, what he was able to do on the field was incredible. Definitely one of those impact players. I think injuries, I think just the fact that he just hasn't been the same player for a couple years has kind of been questioning my ability to put him in the top 10, honestly. I think he can go back to his normal self. I think he can go back to top 10 potential. It's all on how much is he going to play and how impactful will he be. Will he be that free safety that we all know and love? I mean, he's still relevant. He still needs to be a part of this countdown as an honorable mention. And overall, I mean, it's not like he has terrible seasons. He's just not the Eddie Jackson that we're used to. Eddie Jackson, right now, 29 years old, 5 years in the league, 2 years, $27.25 million left on his deal. 12 games that he played and started, 4 interceptions, 6 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 80 tackles, and a tackle for loss. No accolades, but I mean, he had a pretty solid season. Just we need more out of Eddie, and I hope to see more out of him so he can make a top 10 list again. Next up, Rayshawn Jenkins, man, Jacksonville Jaguars, free safety, safety all around, hard hitting guy, a guy that's going to get after it, a guy that's going to make great plays, a guy that's not afraid to be physical and tackle, and just one of those underrated guys in the league that no one really talks about, but goddamn can he ball. So overall, Jacksonville's got a good one on his hands. I know he's older, but I mean he's still reliable and still relevant. Rayshawn Jenkins is 29 years old, 6 years in the league, 2 years, $17.5 million on his deal. 17 games played and started, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown with that, 12 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, 1 sack, 116 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits in the playoffs. The 2 games that they played, lost to the Chiefs in the divisional. He had 1 pass deflection and 14 tackles. Um, he is Pro Bowl worthy. I think he should have gotten a little more respect, but safeties are there's a lot of them, and you got to choose between the most elite. I wouldn't say he's the most elite, but he is up there. He's relevant. He's a great guy to have on your team. He's productive, and I wish him the best of luck. I hope he can be a top 10 guy someday. So next up, we got Jordan Whitehead. This is an old video. He used to be a Buck. Now he's a Jet. He had a great year this year. I mean, there's nothing really negative to say about the guy. I think he's balled out. I think he's done his thing, and he should be top 10 worthy. I mean, if he continues to produce and continues to be better as a free safety, I can definitely see him doing that. He's still young, still productive, and still an important piece to the Jets defense. Definitely, that's definitely trying to be relevant in a playoff contender, hopefully Super Bowl contender when Aaron Rodgers comes back. Jordan Whitehead, 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 1 year, $5.5 million that he signed with the Jets. 17 games played and started, 2 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, 89 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. no playoffs, no accolades, but I mean he had a great year. Definitely productive player, and I hope to see what his impact is in New York, and hopefully he can figure it out. They would sign him long term because I do believe he is impactful. Next, we got a vet, man. It's great to see veterans still being relevant, still being reliable. This is another guy that's really relevant, really reliable, and that's Tashaun Gibson. Um, he's hasn't been really a journeyman, but I mean, he's had a couple teams that he's had that we've seen him play through. Had a great time in Cleveland, great tenure there. Definitely, came to the Niners, and I don't know if I really expected him to do what he's doing, but I mean, good for him because honestly, he is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. He's been a playmaker his whole entire career, and it's nice to see the fact that he is that older guy, that older figure, that leader for the Niners defense that's already stout. So seeing him produce the way he's producing is great. I hope to see him win a Super Bowl. Really, it'd be nice. Just one of those veterans that you've seen for a long time. You want to see him succeed. He's 33 years old, 11 years in the league, 1 year, $2.9 million on his deal, 17 games played and started, 5 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, half a sack, 61 tackles, and 1 tackle for loss, 1 QB hit in the playoffs. Lost to the Eagles in the championship game. He had 3 games played and started, so 7 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Not much, but definitely a guy that I should have seen maybe in the Pro Bowl. Overall, I think he's a great guy, and he's a veteran leader. Definitely going to need him if they want to win a Super Bowl this year. Now we shift to the top 10 list. Number 10, Quandre Diggs. This is an old video. He's number 6 now, and obviously players changed, teams changed and everything. So I couldn't find one that was recent, but I mean, it's the same point. Quandre Diggs is a ball hawk. Quandre Diggs makes Seattle um, better, definitely. They have two great young corners in there. Quandre being there, veteran leadership, a guy that's just not is just ready to go into the trenches and get dirty, man. Do the dirty work. Definitely a ball hog. Definitely has great vision. The guy that just it's like interception central with him, really. Definitely for his numbers and overall, like I said, impactful player for this team. Definitely needed. Quandre, 30 years old, 8 years in the league, 2 years, $25 million left in his deal in Seattle. 17 games played and started, 4 interceptions, 7 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 71 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 QB hit. Playoffs, lost to the Niners in the wild card. He had 5 tackles. He did get a Pro Bowl in there. Very much deserved, and he's a great guy, man. He's still got some time left. He's still got energy. I still think his impact is huge, and I think he's going to be a huge part of Seattle's defense and the success of their team as they try to contend for a Super Bowl. At number 9, Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, I mean, his dad was a ball hawk, his dad was a playmaker, and Antoine Winfield Jr. has all that and then some with the hard hitting, man. Again, not afraid for a 5'9" guy, not afraid to get dirty, not afraid to tackle somebody, not afraid to lay someone out. So overall, Antoine Winfield Jr. definitely deserves to be on this countdown. Super young, definitely is gonna get his money, whether it's with Tampa or not. But his rookie deal is up, so I'm expecting him to have a large pay increase and definitely getting that bag, man. Antoine Winfield Jr., 25 years, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $2.99 million on his rookie deal left. 13 games played and started, 1 interception, 3 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 4 sacks, 80 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 6 QB hits. Playoffs, the 1 game lost to the Cowboys in the wild card. He had 7 tackles, so not that much, but at the same time, he's a tackling machine, man. For a safety, it's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I love to see it. I want to see his playmaking develop, and I hope to see him higher on the countdown. Number 8, we got the youngster Jalen Pitre out of the Houston Texans. Houston's doing it right, man. They're drafting what they need to do, and they're drafting something that could be possible powerhouse in the AFC, which is crazy to say that out of an AFC South team, but Houston could be looking great in like a couple of years, man, depending on free agent signings and all that. But I mean, their drafting is on point. Pitre is just one of the major points that they made that was positive. Pitre, 24 years old, 1 year in the league, man. He's got 3 years, $4.55 million on his rookie deal. That will be extended. I guarantee it. He is an all-pro. That's how great he is. Just 1 year. 17 games played and started. 5 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, one fumble recovery, 1 sack, 147 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 QB hit, fifth in defensive rookie of the year. There's a lot of defensive rookies out there, so I mean it makes sense that he was up there and didn't get it, but still, man, wow, he's able to do everything, and that's kind of what you want in a free safety, man. And honestly, he is going to be doing this for a long time, so watch out. Houston is coming, and yeah, this is a great player, so watch out for his ability to propel himself as a better football player as the years go by.